Hi everyone and welcome. I hope that you're all doing well. For those of you that are new here, my name is Jayme, and for those of you that are returning, thank you so much for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If you're interested in me taking a deep dive in your own personal situation, the link to my website is down below where you can book a private reading with me. Alrighty, y'all, let's get into today's message. We're going to begin with the angel numbers, then we'll tap in with the tarot dice. We are going to tap in with the tarot deck, and then we'll use a couple of oracles, as always, to close this out. Universe, what is going on in collective energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have 11? Okay, that just came out. We have 888, infinite abundance, financial and karmic rewards. So you are about to receive exactly what it is that you put out. And so are the karmic energies. Can take that ding as confirmation. Infinite abundance is yours, collective. Financial and karmic rewards, all of the effort, all of the blood, sweat, and tears that you have put in, you are about to reap what it is that you have sowed. You're about to get financial and karmic rewards. So this is a time here of what goes around comes back around. Something here, too, about Lionsgate 8-8 could be very significant between now and then. We have 11-11. A portal is open. Make a wish. Manifestation gateway. It's time for you to make a wish. Time for you to dream bigger. A portal is open to you. Whatever you want, you can have. You are accessing infinite abundance. And it's because you have shown yourself to the universe to be somebody here. I want to say an upstanding citizen of the universe. We also have 22, Master Builder. Your dreams are foundational. You are in your Master Builder era. That is awesome. That's why this portal is open to you and you're being able to access infinite abundance. Your dreams are foundational. Meaning they were always meant to happen. Your dreams are always meant to be a building block to your soul's purpose. Even the resistance that you've countered along of the way, because you're getting what it is that you have sowed. And that means those who have come up against you are also going to be receiving what they have sowed. Hmm. 1991 at the bottom of the deck. This year could be significant for some of y'all. Maybe some of y'all were born in 91 or something like that. Let go to receive. So what is it that you are still holding on to that is not serving you any good, that is holding you back? It's time for you to let go of it. It's time for you to sacrifice it. It has served its purpose, and so have you. When it comes to the people who came up against you, you have served your purpose in teaching them their own karmic lessons that they are now reaping. Some of this had to do with people judging you, for people wanting to control you or wanting to mold you into something that you aren't or something that fits better for them. Universe, tell us more. Let go to receive. 313, creativity is divine. Let your soul speak. 2002, unity consciousness, dream bigger. 2828, manifesting wealth, be open to receiving. Be open to receiving. And then 25, 25. Change with grace, divine detours or blessings. Divine detours are blessings, excuse me. And then 14, 14. Focus and discipline. You're creating your future. Continue to remain focused and disciplined at this time. You are manifesting wealth. Be open to receiving. Maybe part of what you need to let go is maybe you don't feel like you're deserving of, or I don't know, something you guys are not dreaming big enough. You guys are not dreaming big enough. I feel like you have been settling for breadcrumbs a little bit, right? And maybe you're taking that as wins because you've gone through so many losses here that you're just like so grateful and so blessed for the little breadcrumbs. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but the universe is saying dream bigger, collective. You have earned what it is that is coming your way. You have earned this. Dream bigger. That's why the universe trusts you as a master builder here, because they know your heart. It's time for you to know your heart too. It's time to let your soul speak. We have 1188. Prosperity is linked to your purpose. All of those divine detours that you went through, all of those karmics that you've had to suffer with, they were all meant to give you some kind of blessing. They were meant to push you into your soul's purpose. They were meant to push you closer to the universe, the divine, to the core of your own being, to remind you that you are the master builder. You can take that ding as another wow, people are really texting me right now. That could even be part of this message. You're very magnetic at this time, collective. People want to be reaching out to you. They want your attention. Because they know that whatever your mind is focusing on is what you are attracting. And people want to be a part of that energy. They want to be a part of your radiance. You're also being asked to let go of something that is no longer serving you. Whatever that is for you, for each and every single one of you, that is something different. Maybe it's an old habit. Maybe it's an old behavior. Maybe it's that one last person that you need to tell to go kick rocks. It's time for you to dream bigger. Your discipline has gotten you this far. Do not doubt how much power you have. We have 222, alignment, trust the process. Everything is working out for you. Everything is working out for you, collective, at this time. You are in 100% alignment with your, with your assignment. Trust in the process. Everything happens for a reason. And maybe what you need to let go of, maybe you need to let go of a little bit of worry. Somebody here could have also been born in 2002. Somebody here could be 25. Or something could have started when you were 25, or something between the ages of 22 and 25 were very pivotal for you. Someone here could also be 28. You are in alignment with your assignment, and it's time for you to let your soul speak. We're going to be using the tarot dice. Things might get loud for a hot minute, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that they need to know at this time? We have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. The Page of Wands could be some exciting news, an exciting message, an opportunity of sorts here. This is like a stark contrast here, because we also have the Ace of Cups. This is about letting your soul speak, following your heart's desire. Doing things out of love for yourself. Five of Swords reversed. That's leaving behind a situation here where somebody here just always wanted to be right. They always wanted to be win. It was their way or the highway. And we have the High Priestess reversed. That's somebody here who doesn't know their ass from their elbow. This is somebody who needs constant attention, constant validation. Very needy. This is somebody here who does not have a direct connection to the divine, to source. This is someone here that's always involving themselves with other people, needing their opinion, basing their choices on other people's input. This could be somebody here who wants to try and reach out to you with this Page of Cups sideways to try and, I don't know, give you a heartfelt offer, or that's what they're trying to come off as. But I feel like it's only because they're coming, I get it, this is some kind of sob story. We have the King of Wands right here, upright, and the Ace of Swords. Because somebody sees that you're very radiant at this time, very confident, you're a go-getter, you're not taking any shit with this King of Wands. People are definitely seeing you as very triumphant at this time. They know what you've overcame. And these are very well the same people that went up against you. You know, the High Priestess reverse to me is somebody who runs their mouth a lot. This is somebody who's always up in everybody's business with their assumptions, you know, just running their mouth. Like, oh, did you see what Collective did? Did you see the Collective got a new pair of shoes? Where did they get the money for that? You know, but they're the first ones to be knocking on your door to ask you for a handout because they feel like they're lacking. They feel very envious. They're like, well, Collective has enough money. Or Collective has enough of that resource. You know, they got themselves new shoes, you know? And then they get mad when you're like, no, I can't. I don't have anything extra to give you. Because if you want to buy new shoes with your money, that's your prerogative. Maybe you budgeted for them. Maybe you saved up for them. But again, people are just assuming. That's the problem. That's the type of energies that you've been dealing with. People who just assume. The people who don't know their ass from their elbow. And just because they see something, they think they automatically know the story behind it. And yeah, it could be easy to say, oh wow, somebody got a new pair of shoes. That must mean they've come into some money. But you don't know what anyone's particular situation is. You don't know if they've been, you know, putting away $10 a week to save up for that. You don't know if those shoes were even a gift from somebody else. Maybe it was Collective's birthday. And I don't know why I'm saying that. If it could be someone's birthday, or someone's birthday could have passed recently. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Buy yourself those shoes if you need that confirmation. The Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles sideways. You're following the process. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the time, you're following all of the directions. You are one step, one foot in front of the other. Slowly but surely, you're going to win that race. And you could have been dealing with competitive energies here that wanted you to feel like you weren't moving fast enough in life, that you weren't keeping up. But at the end of the day, I mean, life isn't about keeping up with other people. It's about living your life. Not living for other people. Why, just because you want them to talk good about you? Who gives a shit what people have to say? It's time for you to stand in your truth. This is clarity here with the Ace of Swords. You're not taking any shit at this time. And I feel like somebody knows it, and they're going to try and come in with some kind of sob story. An Empress in the reverse, so this could be a feminine energy, male or female, somebody here who doesn't want to put in the work. They don't want to go through the challenges. They want an easy way out. They want a quick fix. Strong Taurus, Libra energy, Aries as well. I do have Aquarius here. The Two of Swords. Yeah, they're kind of hoping that you won't see through their bullshit with this Two of Swords. They're kind of hoping that you would be blinded to the truth, but here you are with your sword up in the air like, nah, bitch. Not today. I'm gonna cut that shit right out of your hands. You could be spoiling somebody's plans at this time, because I feel like maybe this is an old behavior that you've had. Maybe this is somebody here who is like, all right, let me put some space. Let the collective think that they won when they put some space between us. And then I'm going to come back in with some kind of sob story in hopes that I can reel them back in. But I feel like this time you're going to be like, no. You're cutting that line. You're cutting that cord. You're not allowing yourself to be hooked on their fishing pole. Universe, please tell us more. I did just post the Sagittarius reading, so if y'all are interested, that one's up. I will be doing Capricorn tomorrow. I know I was supposed to do them yesterday. Oh, this is also part of a message I wanted to give you guys. Sometimes our plans may not work out the way that we envision them to, because there are other external factors. This world is going through a massive... I want to say a massive cleanse. It's going through a massive shift, and when things are shifting, things can seem a little bit chaotic. I'm only saying this because Saturday night, what I had for dinner did not agree with me. And it's something that I've bought in before at the store, so I know it's not the actual product. What I bought was refrigerated. So what I think happened is, I don't know if it was in the handling or in the transport, something went wrong. We were also going through a heat wave. So maybe it was a situation that was beyond anybody's control. So sometimes we just have to work with what we have, especially at this time, especially with Mercury going retrograde in what, 3-4 days now, on the 18th. We have the 10 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, that's why I wasn't able to record yesterday, because I spent most of the day in bed. But I'm feeling a lot better now. But do not be disheartened if something unexpected happens. That's just the type of energy that we are in at this time. Universe, tell us more. I don't know, maybe it was the universe saying you gotta sit down and take a day off. You need a break. We have the 10 of Swords. This is a death of somebody's ego. This is a blow to somebody. That's what's going on right now. Their sob story isn't gonna work. They're gonna be like, how dare you not feel bad for me? Just because you said no doesn't mean that you are not empathetic to what it is that they're going through. The Page of Wands reversed. And the 7 of Swords. They're going to cry some more because their deceiving isn't going to work. Because their deceit isn't going to work. 4 of Pentacles. You've decided to let them go. You have noticed that it was just costing you by holding on to them. Because the 4 of Pentacles upright, this is holding on for fear of losing out. Oh no, what else am I gonna do? That's what they wanted for you. They wanted you to feel like you had no other options, that they were your only option, but you see the truth. You see the truth through their lies, through their deceiving, through their sabotage. Somebody could be reacting very impulsively, negatively, to try and get back at you, but they're only gonna show their ass. You have everything that it takes in order to defeat this. Look at this opposing energy. You have been dealing with opposing energy here. And the universe, maybe part of the previous test, was to not allow it to shake your own internal circumstances. And what I mean by that, to not let it shift your heart, your mind. Because that's where your power comes from. That's how we create, is by what we believe. And what we believe requires a direct connection between our heart and our mind. Universe, tell me more. Somebody's going through an ego death. because you're receiving good news, you're receiving blessings, things are going in your favor. You're standing up for yourself, and you don't care how much resistance you have to encounter. Double sevens here. 77 could mean something to you. And here you are, radiating, shining bright, being confident, being bold, standing out from the crowd, being yourself, your authentic, true self, not giving a crap, not giving a fuck about what anybody else has to say. Somebody here was not able to deter you. They were not able here to confuse you. They were not able to talk you out of your spot. And maybe that's why the sob story is coming in. Because maybe now people see that you're on the up and up. They see that you bought a new pair of shoes and they're like, oh, Collective's doing really well for themselves. We can't have that. So let me come back in to try and talk them out of their spot because I want the new pair of shoes. But this is somebody here that doesn't want to put in the work, put in the effort, go under the labor, right? To have the life that you have, or the life that you are stepping into. And that takes discipline. Somebody does not have the discipline that you have, but they want the rewards that you receive. Universe, tell us more. Ace of Wands. The Three of Pentacles and the Lovers. The Ten of Cups is reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like whoever you've been dealing with, you don't have any feelings for anymore. You don't see them in a good light. You only see the deceit. You only see the sabotage. You see somebody clear as day for who they are. And I'm not saying that you're holding it against them, because maybe you were in that position at one point. Right, let's just keep it real. When we're on the spiritual journey, we don't know what we don't know until we do. And sometimes it's very difficult when we're suffering to see things from a higher lens. But now that you've gained that enlightenment, now that you have ascended, you see things for what they are. Right? We forgive people for they do not know what they do. And somebody just, I don't know, creating a sob story. What am I saying that the sob story isn't real? It probably is. But lack of planning on their part does not constitute an emergency on your end. You're receiving amazing, prosperous new opportunities here. There's that portal that is opening up to you, being given to you from the hand of the divine, saying, walk through that door. Look at what I have for you. This is you finally coming into alignment with people who actually want to work with you, collective, who see things as you do, who are on the same page as you. Some of you could even be getting ready to come into contact with an actual soulmate, a soul partner here. Someone that sees eye to eye with you. For example, if you've been, this could be your ex wanting to come back in and saying, oh, I need help, da-da-da-da. But what they're only asking for help for is just to have another reason for them to be attached to you. To be reliant on you, so that way you don't move on towards this, because they know the type of energy that you're on. Give me one moment, collective. Alrighty, y'all, I am back. Sorry about that. My cat went a little nuts and decided it wanted to attack my plant. That could even have to do with this reading. It's like somebody sees that you're growing something. So they're trying to send you this energy here to mess up what you have planted, what that seed you have already sown, because they don't like what it is that they are receiving for what they have sown. So it's like somebody coming in to give you the sob story because they see that your plant, that your bush, right, is in full bloom. Meanwhile, theirs is probably decaying, leaves are falling all over the place. They don't I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm doing. So they want to come in and give you the sob story that everything is falling apart because they want you to help them out on the karma that they're receiving for what they did to you. And they know that they're receiving this because of you, because of what they did to you. So they want you to come and help save them. So this could even be someone here that you play that vicious cycle with back and forth all the time until you realize, you know what? Maybe you're the problem. It's like that song from Ava Max, Maybe You're the Problem. Remember, somebody's poor planning, and this is somebody here who wants a handout. This is somebody who doesn't like to do things the right way. They want a handout. This is somebody here who's unable to handle life's challenges, life's difficulties. It's easier there for them to rob, steal, and take. Deceive, however which way they do it, even if it means going right back to the scene of the crime so they can do it again. Where did I put my tarot deck? Okay. Okay. Well, that's a problem for later. Universe, please tell us more. People don't want you to enter this next phase of your life where things are going to be going in your direction. But part of that, part of you being able to maintain the life that you want, is being able to continue to have the discipline that you have been showing the universe that you are capable of. Keep your sights and your focus set on you. Continue to still have an open heart, but know who and what you are giving to. And please, please, please practice your discernment. Not everybody that's asking for your help is doing so because they admire you. Because if they really wanted your help, they would ask you how you do it. Instead of saying, hey, could you do this for me? It's one thing to be a teacher, and another to be like somebody's parent. And I feel like that's the type of energy that you've been dealing with. People here who want you to be their parent. Family, friend, lover, business. They see that you're doing good. They see that you're receiving blessings. And they don't like that because they're not receiving anything at this time. So they're feeling down and bad about themselves. But when they were receiving things, you were nothing but happy for them. Because you're a team player. Your heart's in the right spot. You're not jealous. You're not envious. You may be inspired. But you're not going to create this whole thing to go after them, to take what they had. You're just going to go out there and get your own. The Eight of Wands reversed. Universe, tell us more. The Knight of Swords. See, this is them wanting to come in and delay you. And delay you from this new passionate start. From you taking inspired action. From you fanning the spark of your own flame. Oh, I'm trying to make sure that made sense in my head. Somebody here wanting to come in and have you second guess yourself. They want you bound, they want you stuck, they want you tied, but the thing is that you see things clearly now. Your perception has totally changed. You're not stuck in the same mindset that these people are in. And maybe for a while you were. Death reversed and the King of Cups. Strong Pisces, Scorpio energy here, Gemini as well. You are in control of your you are the master of your emotions at this time. It's like you're the master of tides. You're the master of your own tide. Somebody doesn't want something to be over. Or maybe they're saying this is not over. They're still going to be able to get one over on you. I don't know. Somebody is a little sick, twisted, and deranged. This is definitely somebody here who deals with things in extremes. The Eight of Cups is reversed. Double eights here. And the Two of Wands. They want you stuck. They don't want you to receive this balance. The Six of Pentacles. They don't want justice to go in your favor. They don't want you to receive your blessings. They still want you confused. Six of Cups. Nine of Wands. You're no longer confused. You have weathered the storm with this Nine of Wands. Doesn't matter how much they throw at you. You may be bruised. You may be scarred, but you're still standing. You know what? And people are just reaping everything that they've sown, because I honestly feel like you were in a period here where you were crying out for help. And maybe they were just claiming that you were just giving out sob stories. They're like, oh, there goes collective again, complaining about life. But now that they're in the boat that you were in before, now they want everyone to stop and drop what they're doing and throw them a lifesaver. And give them a life raft. But you're going to tell them the same thing that they told you. Maybe you need more discipline. Or I don't have it to give to you. Because that was the way that those people were able to have one up on you. Because they were so greedy that they know that you needed help. But instead of giving it to you, they kept it all for themselves. That was a test on their heart. That was the universe weighing their heart against a feather. Strength in the reverse. Somebody who let their ego get the best of them. This is somebody here who walks around thinking that they're better than everybody else. And that's why they come in with these sob stories, because they're like, oh yeah, because they want you to think that they're, in their head, they're like, yeah, I'm the best that there is, so I'm just going to create this sob story because people don't like seeing me down and out. And I'm not saying that you take pleasure in seeing people down and out. I don't think that you do. Or at least you shouldn't. Because that's also a test on your heart. But at the same time, you have to understand that some people have to get out of their own way and solve their own problems. Three of Pentacles. This is all about teamwork. It's all about collaboration. It's all about being on the same page. And there's that Ace of Swords again. That's you dropping that truth, dropping that clarity of the reason. Maybe you need to be honest and upfront as to why you don't want to help this person out. And I'm not saying to be like stubborn and be like, well, nobody helped me when I was going through that, so why should I help you? Like, don't be mean like that, but just be like, you know what? When I was suffering, when I was in pain, you know, it kind of felt like you were just rubbing it in my face. So what do you expect me to do for you? And if somebody's like, well, I just saw you get new shoes, you know, that's when you're like, why are you paying attention to what I'm wearing, to what is on my feet, or to what new things I bring into my home? How do you know how I got that? How do you not know that that wasn't my grandmother who sent that to me as a gift? They don't know. They're just assuming. So don't feel like you need to be like, oh, well, I need to help this person out because I just got these new pair of shoes. And so, you know, I need to give them something because you need to keep the flow going. No, no, no. That's the devil coming in to try and bind you to them again, because this person wants to come in to take an inch so that way they can take a mile. Just how have they done in the past to have you in this vicious time loop? They don't want you headed towards happiness. They don't want your desires to be fulfilled. They want you to go back towards confusion with this Eight of Cups in the reverse. They want you to go towards the Seven of Cups. They want you to be confused. But do not be confused on who this person is. You've cut them out of your life already. You've seen the tide turn in your favor. Do not allow yourself to be pulled under their rip current. Seven of Swords. In 2 decks, the Seven of Swords came out. This is somebody here who is a liar. They're a cheater. They're a deceiver. There's an enemy hiding in your own camp. They're trying to act like they're on your side. But all they want to do is just take your weapons away from you so that you can't fight back. They want to sabotage you. Don't let them win this time. The Sun reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed. I personally think somebody is going to start lashing out. They're going to be returning to their old self. They're going to be lashing out, being extreme. So it's like the sob story isn't going to work, so they're going to throw a temper tantrum. So be very careful, especially with Mercury retrograde and everything else that is retrograde at this time. I believe half the planets are retrograding. There's going to be a little bit of chaos at this time, like I mentioned earlier. And I know this reading's coming out a little bit chaotic, but that's what the energy is feeling like. Somebody is like trying to grasp for straws, or trying to grab onto anything, or trying to throw things to the wall and seeing what will stick. Somebody here is lacking discipline because right now what's happening is everything that they've done is now coming back to haunt them, and they can't weather the storm. Excuse me. Universe. Please tell us more for the collective. It's like they wanted you to keep playing this cat and mouse game. We have moving on. You're moving on. Thank you, next. You know, you show the universe what you're willing to accept in your life. So if you fall for this sob story again, you're letting the universe know that, you know what, you're going to continue to fall for it. You don't really have the discipline that you've just shown us to have. Somebody here could be becoming carless, or maybe you were carless at one point, and maybe now you just bought a car, or you finally got some kind of wheels, some kind of mode of transportation for yourself, and they're like, well, collective's doing good, they just got a car, let me go, you know, knock on their door and ask them for $100 grand. You know, and then you don't have it because you're like, I obviously had to save up for this. Like, I don't have anything extra because now you have a car payment, now you have to pay insurance. But they don't think like that. There is some kind of evidence, some kind of screenshot here. Maybe of somebody using scarcity tactics. Maybe that's coming out. Or maybe you need to screenshot. This could be happening via text message. Somebody could be reaching out. Like, I feel like somebody is going to be messaging you, and there's going to be like a flip, like a switch. And somebody's going to go from sad to angry in like 2.4 seconds. Screenshot it. Save it. Save the abuse for your records. Because when it comes to the time when they're like, I'm not like that, or I didn't say that, or that's not what happened, you can be like, yes, this is exactly what you did. Scarcity tactics. That's exactly what you did. Somebody here could be having their car repossessed. Maybe they need to learn and know what it's like to have to walk on their own 2 feet just like you did. But they don't want to weather that shame and that embarrassment. The shame and the embarrassment that maybe you had. Maybe you lost your car. Maybe you went through a financial crisis. And you're now on the tail end of it while you're getting out of it. And somebody mocked and judged you while you were suffering. And now they're being put under that same lens, that same microscope that they had you under. And they're feeling the shame. They're feeling the embarrassment. That's all theirs to work through. We have played out. Somebody here has played out. Same shit, different day. We have child services here at the bottom of the deck and a screenshot. Somebody here is holding some kind of grudge. Somebody here could even be at risk at losing their children. Maybe this person here who cries one minute and is angry the next because they're holding a grudge. This is somebody here who's played out. They keep going around in circles. Maybe some kind of screenshot here is getting them caught up. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Somebody here could even be catching a case. Sexual infection, sexual disease, a rash. This could even be like a legal case. Somebody wants to come in and kiss your ass now. Why? Because they didn't have any facts before? Somebody was making shit up to try and force their way? Again, assuming that just because you got new shoes that you're now, you know, Rockefeller. Universe, tell us more. Maybe you needed a new pair of shoes because you're always walking. Something about photo proof. Photo proof almost flipped over. There is definitely some kind of evidence here that somebody does not want coming out. You're dodging bullets here. Somebody is fake flexing. Acting like they're into you. Because they want attention. Because they're clout hungry. Somebody here just wants to rope you in a love triangle. Family, friend, lover, or business. There are multiple different types of love triangles. This does not even have to be sexual. And to the people who only think that love and that kind of stuff only has to do with sex and romantic love, then you know what? I pray that you ascend even higher. Continue to reflect and continue to move on. Continue to leave behind what doesn't serve you. Like I said, somebody here is getting into legal issues. They want you to give them money to help support their bad habits. So this is why somebody here is trying to dig for dirt on you. They're creeping because they having bad karma and they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. This is like bottom of the barrel. They're fake flexing. What am I doing? Living outside of their means, want you to support their bad habits, but yet acting like, you know, they're God's gift to this world, that they're the most holier than thou, and they're just going through a tough time. So this is somebody here that embellishes stories. They always tell the part where their feelings were hurt, but they never tell the part about what led them up to where they are. Again, lack of planning on their end does not constitute an emergency on yours. That's been like the main theme for today. I don't know, must be something in the air. Where people want you to drop what you're doing to come and help them, but yet they were not willing to reciprocate that same energy to you before. And so you got it. You learned the lesson. You're like, all right, you're not really on my team. You're not on my side. Of course not, because they're too busy, you know, doing all this stuff. Or whatever stuff people are into nowadays. Universe, tell us more. They don't want this contract to be broken. They're trying to reattach that cord. Somebody here is doing drugs. Somebody here is doing drugs and they don't want the world to see it. They're going to crash out. Somebody here is going to crash out. This is somebody here who's a fake friend. They're just putting on a show because you're fighting for what you love. You're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for your future. Somebody here is being caught red-handed. Being caught. Maybe they're being caught doing drugs. Maybe the very person who says that, you know, they're holier than thou is going to be caught with a needle in their arm. Or somebody's going to take a screenshot or photo proof of somebody doing drugs. And then everyone's going to know, oh, they're not in the right frame of mind. 44:44 on the timer. They're not in the right frame of mind. So of course somebody's going to say whatever they need to say because they're jonesing. They're fiending for another fix. Universe, tell us more. They're all in their feelings. They're jonesing. Because they're a bugaboo. This is somebody here that uses people. Could be a homosexual. This is just somebody here who uses people for the resources that they have. This is somebody who doesn't give a fuck. They have no feelings, no emotions for anybody else but themselves. They use every single person that's around them. They do. There's somebody here trying to keep you a secret. This hater is trying to keep you a secret. Again, family, friend, lover, business. This is somebody here who talks so much shit about you with this High Priestess reverse. They talk so much shit about you, very hypercritical on what you're doing and what you have going on in your life, to the point where they're talking about the shoes that you're wearing, but yet they're keeping a secret that they still want to come in and use you. To them, you're just another tool. Somebody here could be headed for a loss. Maybe that's why they want to ask you for a handout here, because they want some kind of money to fulfill their bad habits, because they're jonesing. Something here is being depleted because they're living outside of their means, trying to maintain some kind of an image. To this person, it's all about image. That's why they're feeling all the shame and the embarrassment now. I mean, I don't wish this on anybody, but somebody here could be even getting, you know, the HIV or the AIDS because of all the drugs that they're doing. I don't wish this upon anybody, but I'm just saying. When you play with dirt, don't expect not to be dirty. This is somebody here who wants to put you in your place. But there is some kind of investigation that is happening here. Or people are now seeing the truth. Somebody here could even be trying to escape with some kind of tantric sex, fulfilling a fantasy, doing all these drugs, betraying everybody around them, not being honest about where their money is going. Oh, you know I've been struggling. You know I've been struggling, so I need help paying my bills. But they're not paying their bills. They're paying their dealer. I don't know, maybe they're maybe somebody is going to be forced to, maybe somebody has been sleeping with their dealer just to get an extra fix. It's kind of gross. All because they're envious. They're envious and toxic, and they keep making bad choices, trying to keep a promise. I don't even know what this promise is, because we know somebody here is fulfilling a fantasy. They're extremely delusional. This is somebody here who cheats on everybody that they're with, family, friend, lover, business. And the police already know. The police are lurking around the corner. Universe, give us one more. They're caught. They're going to be caught. Because something here has been recorded. Somebody's going to be going through depression, and now they want to help. They want your help. They want you to make them feel better. They want you to, you know, kiss their boo-boos better. Right? They want you to heal and nurture them and bring them back up to life and make them feel good and powerful again. And then leave you once they've taken everything from you, and they've taken your energy, when they've depleted you, when they've left you dry. Meanwhile, still keeping you a secret, not being honest with other people. This could even be somebody that's like, look. Watch what I'm going to do to the collective. Watch how they give me a handout. Watch how they're still obsessed over me. They want me to come back. You know, this is somebody here that thinks that they're the hottest thing on this earth, or they're the best thing that's ever happened since sliced bread. Universe, please tell us more. We have possession. Somebody could even be possessed by an entity of sorts. Or this is somebody here that wants to claim possession over you. We have self-medicating at the bottom of the deck. using substances or anything else to escape, numb, or avoid emotional pain. It's not about how much you do it, it's about why you do it. Somebody's doing something for all of the wrong reasons. They're trying to escape. We have complicit. Involved with others in an illegal activity or wrongdoing, knowing about a crime or activity that is wrong. So there are people that are complicit. There are people that have been working with this person. Maybe this person, I don't know, maybe this person's working with a whole group of people and they're like, oh, you know what? Let me go back to the collective. And everybody's like, you're going to go back to them again? Why don't you just leave them alone? But they're not saying anything. They're not stopping this person from doing it because they want to reap in on the drugs as well. They're all jonesing. These people are complicit, using anybody and everyone. Universe. Intimidation, act of making someone feel fearful or threatened, often to influence their behavior or decisions. Guarded and closed off, emotionally reserved and reluctant to open up to others, often due to past negative experiences or a fear of vulnerability. This could be somebody here who wanted you to be guarded and closed off. So, they get mad when you catch on to them, and then they get mad when you're guarded and closed off. Maybe part of this was having to find a perfect balance, because maybe when you encounter this energy, it just left you feeling extremely vulnerable. So what you would do is you would just close yourself off to everybody. But maybe part of the lesson was learning that only close yourself off to this one individual. Instant gratification. Desire to experience immediate pleasure or satisfaction without delay or postpone it. They want it and they want it now. And they don't care how they do it. If the sob story doesn't work, then you know what? They'll break a window. They'll punch a hole in the wall. They'll be mad in your face. They're going to go call the rest of your family and your friends and talk shit about you. They're going to want to apply that pressure. Let them. Let them. Because they're only showing their ass. Pride. Cares more about how they look. Very image-based. They care more about their pride. Could be a corrupt cop here that's involved. There's a fuck girl that's involved as well. I don't know. Maybe this corrupt cop has been sleeping with the fuck girl, or maybe it's a female cop. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's been a corrupt cop here that's been, I don't know, has been like protecting maybe a dealer of sorts because they like the drugs that they receive too. We have stubborn, inflexible, unyielding, rigid attitude towards change, implying a refusal to adopt or compromise. There's somebody here who doesn't compromise. Somebody here who doesn't take no for an answer. There's somebody here who lacks emotional maturity. They want what they want, and they want it now. They don't care. We have a corrupt judge that's involved here as well, so there's a whole criminal enterprise going on. Poison? Somebody here tried to poison somebody? Maybe somebody here tried to poison somebody via drugs? Because maybe somebody here was ready to speak up? Shit just took a turn. This isn't for everybody. Lacks accountability and unresponsible. Somebody here's unresponsible. They lack accountability. They want instant gratification. Wow. Somebody here could definitely be getting an STD, or they already have one. This is somebody here who smiles in your face and talks behind your back. This could be a sugar mama. There's a rat involved, somebody who betrays a group or their own associates by informing on them to the authorities. A whole jury is involved. This could even be like, what do they call those? What are those secret jury things? A grand jury? This could be a grand jury or something. Others are weighing the truth or the evidence here. We have an undercover operative, so somebody here could have been undercover. Maybe because since this rat spilt some kind of beans here, now somebody here went undercover to find out what is going on, to find out the truth about this corrupt officer. who's trying to use intimidation tactics here to maybe sway the jury or sway public opinion or sway opinion in their favor. This is somebody who smiles in your face but talks behind your back, and they're still self-medicating. Very prideful, trying to use some kind of blackmail here to frame somebody, and the authorities already know. Like I said, the police are hot on this person's tail, and this person doesn't care about other people. Not reciprocated or returned in kind, one-sided love, it's unrequited. As somebody here who's a hothead, they need anger management, temper tantrum. All because of perfectionism, tendency to set extremely high standards for oneself and others, often accompanied by fear of failure and a tendency to be highly critical of oneself and others. And someone who is extremely envious, discontented or resentful, longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. Somebody who could even be being evicted, kicked to the curb in either home, job, or an organization. Somebody is being evicted. The blackmail isn't working. Somebody is done being complicit. A rat has spoken. Maybe that's why they want to come back in and ask for your help. Maybe they need money for a lawyer. Or they're hoping that you would keep their secret. But yeah, this is somebody here who talked so much shit about you, but they want you to secretly help them out of this problem. Don't do it, collective. People need to face the music that they've written. They wrote the sheet music. They need to face it now. You are protected. You are dodging bullets. Let me clean this up so we can close this out. I still don't know where I put that other tarot deck, but that's okay. This could even be somebody here who, like, I don't know how much access they have to your place, but, like, maybe they want you to feel like you're going crazy. Maybe they start moving things around, or they take things and then put it back, you know, to make you feel like you've lost your mind or that you're going crazy. Maybe that's part of the manipulation that they do on you. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective, please. Please give us an affirmation for the collective. Okay. That's a whole lot of affirmations. Universe, please give us an affirmation. See, they want to create this confusion. They don't want you to know what to believe. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Okay, we got 3 of them. That's what the universe wants, that's what you're gonna get. We have impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Courage. No one is fearless, no one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts, then quickly hide behind someone bigger until it goes away. And we have follow your heart. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. You're in it for the ride. Impermanence. Life is always changing. And you're not about to allow yourself to succumb to fear or anybody's fear tactics. One moment, y'all. Okay, we're good. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. Alrighty, we have 2 of them. We have sustenance number 7 and 25. Be candid. Enjoy the nourishment that life can give you. You are in a time of abundance where there is more than enough to support and nourish your desires. Ganesha encourages you to appreciate all the blessings, treats, gifts, friendships, and love surrounding you now. Nourishing your soul can mean finding interesting, exciting, and stimulating ways to experience life. This is a time to learn, grow, and change. It can also mean that refusing to create, experience, and grow can be detrimental to you. Only you can truly know what your soul desires. It is essential to find ways to understand and do something about your needs. This means listening to your inner dreams, hopes, and wishes. On occasion, it may mean acting in ways contrary to what others expect or hope from you. I'm going to repeat that last sentence. On occasion, it may mean acting in ways contrary to what others expect or hope from you. So people are expecting the old you, not this new, refined, disciplined you. And then we have 25. Be candid. It is essential to express your truth, even at risk of standing out. The situation at hand is asking you to express your thoughts. In the past, you have tried to maintain peace by staying quiet or swallowing your words. Have faith that open and honest communication can bring resolution to the situation. If you are not sure where you stand, ask. Since this card is about communication, it may indicate someone's words have created a moment of clarity. Be willing to communicate your concerns clearly. Remember to be open to others' views or arguments. Let your emotions flow without trying to block them, while looking at decisions and solutions. Ganesha prompts you to be wary of coming across as rough or uncaring when you communicate your concerns and ideas to others. Before you express yourself, take a deep breath and think of what you are going to say. Convey your thoughts in an understandable, brief, and well thought out manner. Teal represents the throat chakra, which represents both speaking and listening. The throat chakra is the gateway for the higher spiritual realms. When your throat chakra is activated and balanced, there is a diminished chance of miscommunication and misunderstandings. You are able to express yourself as a spiritual being. You are a good communicator, speaking honestly and from the heart, as well as being a good listener. You are able to ask for what you want and need from others. You are able to express yourself individually and creatively. Your relationships are based on truthful communication and true intimacy. This card invites you to create emotional balance and stability in your life. It's time to be candid. Speak your truth and do not act in ways that others expect of you. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.